I hate to say this, but one of the most deceptive officials of this current government, and God knows there are many, is the Trade Minister, KT Hammomd. Do you remember that in times past, President Kufuor gave him a task to go and look for Ghana's drill ship in Angola, and he went to sell it? Do you remember that? Do you remember that matter?
Continue.
Yeah, that's what he did. You see, one of the best things that God created for us was time. So time and chronology is able to make us forget what certain people do. But KT Hammomd is the one who went to sell a drill ship belonging to this nation, right? Up to today, nobody knows exactly what he did, how he did it. When you have been given a task by the president of this republic to go and do something for the republic, you go and the drill ship it didn't even come back. He sold it. And then further to that, of recent, you see what he has tried to do with cement in Ghana, that he now wants to be the person who controls cement pricing. We've all lived in this country and we know what import licensing, the damage import licensing did to this country. And if you want to control the prices of any goods in this country, shouldn't you be trying to control the price of the foreign exchange? I mean, the CD drops like a stone sinks in a swimming pool. So why would you choose only cement for you to be the sole arbiter of cement prices in Ghana? What does that connote? That you are going to try to, what are you going to do? Sit in the boardroom of the Ministry of Trade and decide how cement prices should be? So why stop at cement? Tomatoes in this country is 3 for 20. I'm sure you cook, right? 3 for 20 cedis. I like. Rice, how much is it? How much are iron ores? Why did you only choose cement? What is the game plan here? Is it because, I mean, you know what? I don't take him serious, okay? And trying to tell us that you have given Komenda Sugar Factory, which I believe costs about $35 million. So if for nothing at all needs to be amortized in a way, right? You have handed it to people for which, all things being equal, it will take the government of this country 35 years to amortize it. What is that all about? What cost to benefit analysis have you done for us to know that if we collect $1 million a year, it inures to our benefit? You know, for me, I honestly don't take the Minister of Trade seriously, and it's by dint of his prior bad acts. Okay, every time he seems to be looking for some gig or something in that ministry that he's at. I mean, why would you want to, something that was the government of this country have spent money on? Granted, it was not your government, but government exists in a continuum. So if the government have spent money on it, why would you now take that same factory? And in fact, apparently he's basically handing it back over to the people who built it, the son of the owner of Seftec. That is the gig that he's doing. So the people of this country...
Can you say that again?
I am telling you that he is handing the company back to the people who built the factory.
The factory.
The son of the owner of Seftec. That's what he's doing. So
they are the ones that conducted the geographical reports for the building of the factory,
there
right?
is always something behind what KT Hammomd does. You put market down, right? This company, we took a loan as a country to build it, so we are encumbered as a nation. That factory is supposed to generate employment for the people of that area. It's supposed to generate revenue for the sugarcane farmers in that area. It is supposed to also generate income for the people of Ghana by dint of what they do. And I don't know for sure, but gathering from what the initial plans were, it will probably also be a free zone company. If it isn't, it will be registered under the GIPC protocol. So for me, I see it as something that is supposed to help us bridge our balance of trade deficits in this country. I don't know how it is now going back to the people who built it for a paltry $1 million a year, and you know, we are supposed to be clapping for KT Hammomd. He's always up to something. Sooner or later, you'll find out what he's up to.
What I cannot reconcile is when we put the factory, well, a new government took over and we put the factory under investigation, but we have not even received the reports.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is
so
that
what is the basis
which Ghanaians,
of the lease?
Which Ghanaians did he send to Yoko? Which Ghanaians did
Mahama
he send
officials,
to Yoko?
previous
For
administration.
What did they do? This Piogabra, or what did they do? The loan was contracted. It was an EXIM loan, and if you understand how EXIM loans operate, they don't give the money to you. You are supposed to use contractors from India. You are supposed to use consultants from India. About all that they get from you is the land. Everything was brought from there. So who is he sending to Yoko? He himself, has he gone to Yoko for the drill ship? Where's the drill ship?
He's not the one supposed to carry himself to Yoko for drill ship.
He should report there himself and tell us where the drill ship is. And only here.
So good morning, Annie. Tell Nana that maybe he can tell KT Hammomd that he will cry on the radio for the second time. How can he advocate for one district, one factory, while selling a national asset like a sugar factory? KT Hammomd will cry. Is that about his tears for you? Will cry just as he did regarding the drill ship. So he has caused financial loss to two regimes in this country, and he will go to jail. That's your judgment, right? But that is not for you to judge on the platform anyway. Carlos from do. And you cannot conclude yet, because we do not know, first of all, the reports on the sugar factory, the investigation that this government said it was actually conducting, and we have not been able to establish as well. So you can't conclude that way. However, I think that the country deserves some explanation too,
Annie,
leading to the lease.
I was an employee of the Ministry of Trade when the Komenda Sugar Factory matter came about, right? The building of it and everything. As I was explaining to you, the principle of comparative advantage was the reason why the Komenda Sugar Factory was put there. You know that even apart from the EXIM loans to build the factory, there was even another $24 million loan that was given to the outgrowers. Seedlings and what have you were given to them. So it was a whole package. It was a well thought out scheme. And as usual, what the MPP do when they come into power is everything that the government before them did was bad. So they went and claimed that they were investigating. He spent money on an investigation. And like Uncle Sampi is saying, where's the report? So when KT Hammomd stands there and says that people should go to Yoko, Nana is accusing me of damaging the man's credibility. What was he doing when he said that people should go to Yoko? Where are the people who should go to Yoko? And I'm correlating his actions with his character, his prior bad acts. Annie, let me read you a section of the Judgment Debt Commission report headed by Justice Yawapao. Let me read it to you. A Judgment Debt Commission chaired by retired Supreme Court Judge Yawapao. Nana, I did it, Nana. What is relevant to me may not be relevant to you.
Your topic was
no,
Komenda.
yes,
This
but
is relevant to
I am dovetailing his
Once-
character because he has questioned
Once
other
you
people's
say yes, it is relevant to Komenda,
Nana,
I understand.
Nana,
This is relevant to Komenda.
It's relevant.
Is it?
It's relevant.
Annie,
I will comment on it.
You are not able to say.
I will comment on it. A Judgment Debt Commission chaired by retired Supreme Court Judge Yawapao had found
now,
that the payment of $19.5 million instead of the $14 million earlier agreed on with French Bank Societe Generale constituted financial loss to the corporation in Ghana. So a judgment debt commission was already determined that the trade minister caused financial loss. He also paid $900,000 of that money to his own law firm. That is all in the judgment debt report. So when I talk about this bribe that you think you should take me to court, let's go here. Say report in the wall. You see, what I am talking about is a case of the bad judgment that officials of this government have exhibited since they came into office. Nana doesn't want me to say it, but I will say it. You see, it is a trend. This factory has been given on the cheap to the people who built it. The son of the people who built it is the one that KT Hammomd has given the factory to. So he has given it to them for what? How many years? Say renewable. They will come back and tell you we can't pay the money.
10 to 20 years for now.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with when they tell you they can't pay the money? And you ask the question whether we had the expertise to run the factory, and I asked you a counter question. Do we have the expertise to run VRA? Do we have the expertise to run Gridco? Do we have the expertise to run ECG? Do we have the expertise to run Ghana Ports and Harbors? Do we have expertise to run the police service in this country? So is Komenda Sugar Factory brain surgery? Is it that hard? Don't we even have brain surgeons in Ghana? What I'm telling you is that it is a gig. The same gig he tried to do by reintroducing import licensing for cement in this country, so that he can sit in his office and decide what prices we pay for cement.
Right.
One harvest.
Petrol 72 cedis. So why are we not reducing the prices of fuel? Why is KT Hammomd not sitting in his office and stopping the people who are selling fuel to us for 72 cedis from selling it?
And you have anything?
Why isn't he stopping people who are selling tomatoes 3 for 20 cedis to stop?
Let me